Good morning. Just getting set up. Let's clean this up a little bit. Now let's put that in the body. Just doing a little cleanup. And getting ready to get going. Oh, we're gonna have to actually fix that up a little bit more. Perfect. All right. All right. Now, where did we leave off yesterday? We had the login packet working, which is great. That's really, really cool. Um, now we're to the point where we need to start listening to what the server tells us back. Sit down for a moment. The back's a little off today. All right. So at this point, we're actually sending the login. Hold on a sec. All right. Goats are no longer heading towards the garden. So we do the send. Actually, I want to change this. Hmm. So it's kind of the same thing over and over again, right? Getting error here, returning. Same thing here. That and this little bit here where we spawn this task. That means that we can't pass this thing over the boundary or any of the boundaries for async there. Also, it's probably good that we don't, because it might have gone away. I mean, hopefully it won't, because we're not able to switch scenes, but we'll have to see. What's this? Create node owner path. Oh, owner path. Yes. I don't really care for that either. What if we could come up with a different pattern there? What would work better than that? Because at this point, it's a unique. Let's see, it's not ref counted, so it's a manually managed shared control, which means that it's not send. If we could guarantee that that pointer wasn't going to go anywhere. We're almost doing that with the path, but it's different. This is like passing something in, like passing a pointer by text. Yeah, I'm not really liking that pattern there. When it works, we can pass a Godot string around, which is fine. And we can get the path of the owner and then just use that later. We just ask for it back. Say, hey, give me this. And which is funny because if it's not there, we just panic. We just crash the game. At least at this point, we have a little error message, little text there that says why. What else could we do instead of that? We could come up with another type that somehow represents it, or let's go back to the docs from bit. Oh, that's supposed to be my crates IO. There we go. Looking for close tabs to the right. There we go. A little bit more breathing room there. Because right now this thing's shared. We can assume safe on it, get that, but that's not going to go across threads. And there's no way we can make it ref counted. Just fine, we don't expect to. I think just having that ID on that object, rather the path to it, is going to be the best we can do. Although it feels really kludgy. Because what's going to happen is that this path is going to be something like /root / I don't know, like a... Well, let's print it out. Let's see, owner path. Oh, a node path isn't display. It's interesting. Maybe it should be display. I'll bring that up later. Let me make a note of that. Alright, should node path be display? There's a checkbox. Fine. It's not there. Come back here. Oh. funny building the whole thing actually is a little faster there. Alright, where's Godot? Come to me to Godot. Alright, there it is. Sorry about a little black screen there. Could not connect to server. Is the server not running? That's a GD native. It's a logging. There we go. Let's just set up that loop for a moment. Alright, let's try logging in again. Good. Incoming message, stream ID, blah, log in. Stream disconnected. Channel change 1. Fine. Back to 1. Then I was at 2. Yeah. So the owner path here is root control form. Super generic. Really, really generic. Yeah, I don't like that. Oh, I don't like that. Let's see, is there going to be another way to do that? Oh, there we go. Lost my editor. And I'm bike chatting a little bit. That's okay. Gotta get this working. All right. What else could we do with this owner here? Because we definitely want to get the same thing again later. One of the ways that we are able to get it is by that. Side effects, though, what are we going to do if this thing isn't there? I mean, ideally, we would just return, wouldn't we? So if this did return none, we would just bail. We would say, hey, this thing doesn't exist. We're backing out of here. Nice and easy. This task goes away. Problem I'm having with it is how generic that path is. I mean, if it was a little bit more precise, then maybe it'd be okay. But over in Godot land, we have something like login. Here's our scene. You can see that it's just got control at the top. And maybe if we just change that to like a login scene and make that specific enough, that would satisfy my dislike of it, maybe. This login would be fine. Doesn't need to be seen. Changing that doesn't break anything, which is good. All right. Let's just enforce that we have to have really strict naming on those. That way we can reach these things again. This expect Godot, I don't really care for this. Gonna find logins. I like the fact that we have something descriptive. I don't like the fact that it's gonna come down here and panic. I think it should yell loudly, but that might be too loud. All right, what else could we refactor in here? This little bit here. That's pretty much, let's see, what's different? We have error login, basically the TR string. Anything else? No. Owner path, blah, blah, blah. So we're getting the owner again. I wonder if there's a way to, when this thing sets up, to actually know what the owner path is. Because if we did this, let's just play around a little bit with that. Let's call get path on that. Save that there. Trait Godot string. Godot object is not satisfied for. Wait, why? Oh, of course. TRF is for things that are for like goodness, well, everything that extends from a Godot object. And if we look over here and clear out some of that, and go to search help, object is here. String isn't one of those. I think string's down here. Yeah. Which is strange because I thought, what does get path give us? A ref to Godot string shared. Does it need to be shared? No, because it's shared by default. Okay, let's go look at the other place where we're actually getting this object. Because I thought it returned something of that type. That's all I was trying to capture, was basically having the same return type as that. Oh, you know what? Just say it's unit. Compiler should scream at us. No? Sure. Unit. Oh, it just found a node path. Oh, okay. That makes sense, yeah. There. Types to the rescue. And now we could do something like we could have some accessors for getting these different controls, like username and password. That feels weird. Oh, what was that type? Tref or node? Okay, and we have the types different here because this one's a control and that one's something else. I mean, quite frankly, we don't care that it's a control or not. We don't actually do anything with it. All right, so there's owner. Oops. Hey, new duck. How's it going? Just trying to get some little utility functions in there. Yeah, I'm doing all right. Doing all right. All right, let's go ahead and get rid of that for now. Where do we use owner after that? Ah, here. This is more of a set error. And why did I do that? Oh, because owner can't cross boundaries, thread boundaries. But now we're getting rid of that. So now we can just move some of these in here. Yep, self-type password doesn't exist. Let's go create it. Just started working on a new game since last weekend. Oh, awesome. What kind of game you doing? Let's see, these things should probably return options to these. Top-down wide shooter. Oh, nice. Okay. Plus zombies. Focuses on a destructible environment. Okay. And what platform are you building this on? Doing everything from scratch, using an engine. You can shoot walls to bring them down. Enemies can break through them to get you. Oh, wow. You can build walls plus barricades. Nice. Is it kind of reminiscent of a game that you've played in the past, or? Oh, that's pretty. Okay, this pattern I could get into. Everything from scratch in JS using Canvas. Oh, nice. Okay. So you start a run. You're given a list of possible missions, and all of which procedurally generated, including the map. Okay. Now you have to start entirely in a run. Hmm. But if you succeed, you earn points, probably two separate ones. Kills and time survived. I see. Oh, nice. You can get upgrades, all that stuff. Very cool. And it being procedural adds a little bit of replayability. And that can be really nice. All right, what was our error? Just called error, wasn't it? And that, so you're like a week into this and just about done. Well, I'm not going to say done, but you've got a proof of concept. Well, still, that's quite an achievement in a week. What about this one? This one, let's go create TR on that. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, by all means. Oh, this looks difficult to understand. Tachikari, good morning. Well, at this point, I'm trying to kind of reduce it down, make it a little bit more manageable. Right now, we are in the process of cleaning up some of the login here. So this is all dev art, of course. Right? No point in getting it all fancied up when it might change in a little bit. So we're going to get the mechanical bits working. Okay. So right now we're working on the form and being able to reset, like, let's say an error message or get the value of the password, get the value of the username. We're using Godot and we're also using, it's new for you, okay. And we're also using Rust. So using the GD native Rust project, or what do they call it now? Just GD native on Crates.io. Now in this case, when the script starts up, and this script here, this login script, is attached to this node. That's what that script is there on the right. You can see it's login.gdns there. It has a couple of children, right? Number of labels, just a title, and some other pieces. Now, some of the localization is already handled in Godot. Right? This big long text string up there, that's fine. It's just going to replace that. It's getting that from a CSV file and just runs with it. Now, what we have to do inside here is, because I'm using asynchronous code, inside of this, I have a couple more challenges than you normally would. But if you were just building this out straight with Godot and Rust, it wouldn't quite look like this. Because you'd probably be able to use and not have this async spawn here, or this task spawn, which means that you could use owner that's being passed in, and you could access all of these different elements in line and not have to jump through a couple of these hoops. And because I'm using async, I have to be able to get back to the owner over and over and over again between these async points. Because owner can't cross threads, which means that it can't exist between that point and the next one down here, which is await, or rather it can only exist between them, it cannot cross those boundaries. So let's say this is a quick mission. Let's say so you're actually moving through the environment right now, aren't you? I like the lighting. I love it when people use light like as a major component in a game. I see as you're walking around here, taking these things out. This, oh, that's full screen. That's not gonna work for me. That's pretty cool. I like it. And I like the lighting. Using lighting like that is just, I don't know, it's just a style I like. It's really neat. Green points you where you need to go. Red is a laser sight. Nice. Oh, it seems to be broken at the moment. Oh, that's all right. All right, we're going to simplify this. So if there's an error, I don't think I have to match that anymore. That's going to be this. So if we can't connect, we'll do that. Otherwise, we got the username and password, which is gone now. Perfect. You don't think it took you 295 minutes? Maybe in game time. It's a huge, huge area. You're just accelerating some of it. You're trying to learn Rust. Uh, it is a lot of fun. It's one of my favorite languages. I think Rust has surpassed C for me. Um, so I actually have the book on my desk, or I did. Where'd the book go? Oh, it's on that desk. Okay. Um, it's next to the Raspberry Pi. I think, let's see, if you go to org, the Learn Here, great place to get started, right? Now, if you've learned any other programming language in the past, it'll be a little easier. Um, I would definitely start with, where'd it go? Oh, the edition guide to the Rust editions. Is this one it? No, this isn't. Where's the Rust book? Standard library. Oh, Rust C book. That's the Rust compiler. Did I pass it? Oh, read the book. Okay, it's actually up here. They have this fantastic book, and it goes through quite a bit. Even from like Hello World on out. If you're more of a like learn by example sort of person, they also have that. Check out Rust by example on the right, and there's the Rustlinks course. So starting here, rustling.org is a great place to start. I would highly suggest starting here. After that, if you want to get into, let's say, playing with a little bit of Rust and trying some other exercises, one that I actually went through was exorcism.io. Oh, you see that? Oh, I see. Let me restart that. I think it probably went a little crazy when. There we go. Okay, I'm sorry about that. So here, I was over here on the rustling.org. So yeah, when it went full screen, it disconnected it. Okay, you're from a C# background. Good. So this is what I was talking about before. I had actually gone a little too far down and was looking at these other books. So if you want to look into like the standard library, it's in here. But definitely start with the book. There's examples, and then there's the course here. One that I had gone through was Exorcism IO. And there's Rust in here. Spot it. Okay, there's the gear. 92 exercises. It's just for fun. You go through and you try to use different pieces of the language by doing different exercises. So that's good. Uh, it has an exorcism.io has a neat way of being able to do this. After that, there's I even saw there was a neat post this morning on what was it? It was Rust in okay, where is it? Where is it? It's in Reddit /r/Rust. Oh, come on. Study notes. This one looked pretty neat. I was pretty happy with the study notes here. So somebody did this, tossed in some study notes, and official Rust book study index. So if we go to first program, I guess this person just goes through and like explains everything about the language. What I say is a better paradigm to use for Rust, like in terms of learning. Because I tend to treat programming languages like spoken languages. And if you don't use it for a while, you might lose a little bit of it. I would say use it every day, and you slowly get better at it. Um, if you're experienced in C sharp, start with a book. It'll introduce you to a couple of the Rust concepts. It's probably as far. Yeah, go through the book. Go through the book first, and it'll tell you when you can skip chapters and stuff like that. But yeah, after you get the book, like get into the book, it's gonna have you doing like little exercises and stuff like that. Um, I keep saying today. It's annoying me because I hear myself say it. Can I just bail on this? If that thing doesn't exist, can we just bail? Oh, we can't. What if I return a none there? Can I do it then? Oh, beautiful. Okay, we might be able to do that. I don't like that this is kind of silencing it. Would rather it be a little noisy. So when we ask for one of these things, what happens if we can't find it? Get type node. Okay. Let's put something in here for that. I'm okay using the try operator as long as it's not hiding stuff from me. I don't want it to just sweep stuff under the rug. Let's change this. Now this get typed node. Maybe this should be an option. Self get node. Okay, path into, fine. Expect, it should exist. Let's give that a match. See, that's one of those things that you'd pick up in the book. What is match? Stuff like that. Then option basically, option and result are just amazing. All right, assume save cast. All right, capture that up there. Path to string, fine. Oh shoot, I forgot something today. Forgot to announce. Oh, my mistake. My mistake. All right. Now in this case, if we fail to cast, we do something else. Could not find node, yada yada, fine. And this is not going to return a none, which is what we want, okay. We want the none. Good morning, Carter. Sorry, I was late on the announce. I've been here for like an hour, I just forgot. I know, like, it's good to have you. Semicolon there. Now this little bit here, we need this to be cast into a sum. I'm going to leave the type error though. That should be able to get cast into a sum, which would be fine. Or we just sum it. And that should work as well. All right. You've been doing a lot of beaching lately. Almost as dark as a Greek now. Man, I live north and I am as pale as the moon. No, I just don't tan. I've been trying to get some sun lately. Apparently, vitamin D is supposed to help. The whole COVID thing. Oh, no method name into on that. Yes, that's right. Show a comma. Oh, I thought I put a sum on that, didn't I? Sum. Well, that was strange. Okay. Okay, that's going to break a whole bunch of other stuff, which is okay. Expected one argument, found two. Why? Self and args. Oh, that's the wrong type of object. That's how did I just break that? No way. All right, now in this case, we have owner, get type node. Interesting, because now this thing could actually return a none if that doesn't exist, which means that we have to map that or flatten it and then map it. Let's daisy chain these maps instead. Actually, this could be a filter map. Oh, but we're not iterating here, are we? No, we can't do it then. All right, and this is basically the same thing. Out of curiosity, what are the types for that? Between flat map and map.flatten. Xenocron, good morning. No, actually, I just haven't been practicing with my flashcards. So, standard.rs/option should take us right to the options. If you didn't see that, I went to http:// that, and it took me here, straight to the search results. Where is flat map? I'm not seeing flat map in here. Oh, it's on the iterator. Yeah, I'm actually option support iterators, so could do that. Iter, flat map on that. The map again. That'd work. What does flatten even do to an option? It's for handling a case where you have option inside of an option. It reduces the stack. So instead of having something like that, it just reduces it down to an option foo. Yeah, I like that better. I keep going back and forth. Should be username. Oh, and we were gonna look up password. What is password? It is a line edit. It just has the secret toggle on there. Okay. Oh, but I want to return the option. So we collect at the end? Is that gonna work? No. Oh, there's no first. Next. No, that doesn't work either. Yeah, it's just next. So we return the first thing in the iterator, which happens to be that. This is, I don't know which one I like. Would I rather do the filter followed by the flatten? Because now it's starting to get a little unwieldy. Okay, now we have the flat map, the next. So we're gonna leave that one as is. What if we did it the other way? Just gonna do a map, flatten. Oops. And then map again. They both work. Both of them work and probably get reduced down to nearly the same code, actually. I find this a little easier to read. Get our flat map, next. I think it's the next that's throwing me off. Like, oh, why do we need the next one? I have to reason a little bit more about it. It's like becoming an iterator and then not. That was fun, though. I like exploring those little pieces there. Flatten, map. Okay, we'll just keep it like so. What if we had another function that we just called text? And in this case, we would give it the owner, which is of some type, t. Also give it the path. Hey, Museum. Flatten is neat. Option flatten is newish. You used to have to do option into iter map.flatten. I remember that. Yeah, that was forever ago. Like last September, October. All right, that's going to be O, type O. Then we're going to have probably some other type T, O, T. And we'll also have path. OTP, hey, Erlang. As for words, you love Erlang. I really, really like Erlang. I've spent a lot of time in Erlang, but only been able to use it a couple times, like, professionally. And even then, it was because I like spent a weekend porting some little service, and then brought it in and said, "Hey, can we put this into rotation? I think it'll scale better." And in one case, we took like 7 machines running like full bore, placed it with 2 that were barely idling. They were like just over idle. It just did everything it was supposed to. It was the right tool for the right job. In that case, it was acting kind of like a proxy. And it was amazing. And the only reason we had 2 was for redundancy, in case the machines failed. Because 1 machine was handling the work of 7 machines. It probably could have done much, much more. It was great. Oh, the real magic is when you can get transpose to work. Or no one to use it. Yeah, I have no idea when to use it. Result option, result, yeah. Like there's a couple of cases when doing when you're actually implementing features. Like when you do it the kind of old school way, where that becomes useful. Hey, Jummit, morning. Oh, where were we? So O in this case, get type node, and that's, yeah, this is probably going to be the same, except I think I got those backwards. That should be O. Oh, oops. Where? O is that, P is that, remove that. I want this to return an option to a string. Oh, in this case, owner.map doesn't make sense. And get type node, actually, well, that just comes out. What are we missing? No type node. Node ext. It should be a node. Ah, it needs to do that. Written rules. Morning. Oh, yeah, Gemma. What's your question? My code looks better than your current Godot Rust code. Well, it's been a work in progress for a while. Oh, I saw that the IU theme landed. Yes, that is really cool. Yeah, I saw that announcement, which is sweet. Was it into option of this? Can we do that? Why are classes like vector string and more duplicated in the C++ bindings? Oh, I see. You're using the C++ bindings, aren't you? I think what ends up happening is that it's basically so that you can pass these things back and forth to the other scripts, right? Because you could have any of the other bindings available, and it needs to be able to interplay with those. Oh, it already builds it on Nightly. Oh, that's cool. It's my water. All right, in this case, I really want to be able to take an option, basically a none owner. It's there, but the style sheet isn't loading. Oh, nice. I believe so, Jemit. Yeah, the C++ GD native bindings are like basically as if you were writing GD script or C sharp or anything else. You basically have to use the same interface to the engine. Oh, trace with diner deprecated with. Yeah, you're welcome. 'Cause- wait, I didn't think you had to do dine here. Oh, but what does it actually turn into, right? It's a sum of into option, and this happens to be smart trade. So, and that should be able to go into an N, which is this. T, we're going to want T to go first. Oh, just split the O out. Oh, split the O out. I see. Into option plus E. Let's go to object, etc. I don't know the trait hierarchy for this. Oh, I see. I see what you're saying. So we could actually have it here plus that there. Got it. That makes sense. I'll just leave it that way for now. I think that's more accurate here. It needs to be. Huh. All right, but now why is this into not working on this? So O is owner. Now I have O into that. It's each one of those things. Why is that unsafe? No, this one down here is unsafe. Ah. Actually, how do I get that that to work there? Like I want the tilde one. Whatever. Okay. Owner is equal to that. Owner into goes away. This is unsafe. Fine. Fix that. Then we map and two string it. Okay. And this is back to where we were earlier. Yeah, it's very similar to the one in the examples, except that it returns none if it fails. It just whines loudly. T is not satisfied for a Godot object. I see. That's what I did wrong. Oh, thank you, Museum. Oh, yes. And now, in this case, we want only the things that actually have dot text on them. We're going to go to Godot for this one. It's going to be things like username, anything that inherits from line edit. Let's go look at the hierarchy. Oh, we have line edit. It kind of ends there. Or it's hard to see. Let's go to the documentation. Yeah, it just inherits from control. Oh, no, no, no. Is line edit a subclass of itself? I'd have to look that up. So we tried to get that type node on this. Now our types don't actually match up. All right, I'm gonna bail on that for now. Set error with set text. We'll find all of the text methods. Search for function : text. Oh, that's cool. That's right. You were showing us a little bit of this before. 3 colons is import. And 2 tells it it's a method. Oh, I'm in the wrong project. There we go. Ooh, wow, look at that. Oh, that's fancy. Where's the documentation for docs? Where do you find all this stuff? Those are really helpful. Press question mark. Oh. Wow. That's pretty handy. I've been using S all the time because of the text there. I just didn't realize that question mark was also handy. Although you seem to have more information than that does. All right. Back to the code. All right, we've got set to error. We've got these elements here. All right, now we have to do login. We get that. We reset the error message. Come back in. We have an error. Create TR. Let's toss one of those on there. Oh, you wanted to rewrite RustDoc to work like Godot. I see. Yeah, I love the keyboard shortcuts on there. I don't like having to reach for the mouse. All right, now in this case, we're going to toss something up in lib. Oh my goodness, where is it? here. Because TR is off of object. Now, what actually inherits from object? Hopefully scene tree's in here. It is. Okay, so scene tree's in there. What else can we get a hold of? I hope this isn't actually that expensive. A text study, I don't know what we call this. What does TR call it? Yeah, just message. Yeah, fine. Now this one, we're not going to return an option. What happens if you call that and it fails? Oh, hey. The error code thing that I'm using, the one that it has a constant like string, expect Godot method. Yeah. Yeah, it's a translate localized function. It's actually from Godot. And I'm using the one that's inside of Godot instead of using one that's inside of Rust because some of the UI still uses those strings. And you'll see if we go back to, see if I undo. We come back to login here. You'll see that some of these have like login email address, and then when I actually run the game, it doesn't say login email address. It says login form email address. And that's because in Godot, it does have localization, and you can give it translation strings. So if we look at this, you give it a CSV of the locales, and then you just use TR to pull these out of their key value pairs. So we're going to try to build one of those without needing object. And basically toss that in there. Hide that. Now we should be able to just call TR off of scene tree. And return that. I wonder, does main loop have that? Oh, it does. Oh, main loop. We can just, okay, a little bit less. Well, in that case, let's just trim this up. There we go. That's a good question. I'm not sure if that gets compiled in or if it's packaged with it. I imagine it's just packaged with it. Yeah, I would hope that most classes do that. Does string? I don't think a do string does. I think it's only the things that. Okay, let's clear that. It's basically the scene graph elements are extending from object, which is the anything that implements the Godot object trait. So any of this other stuff doesn't inherit from object, just the scene graph stuff, which is all this stuff, node, reference. Class DB. Oh, I forgot about class. No, I guess it's not just that stuff. There's a lot of other stuff in here too. Like JSON obviously isn't scene graph. Yeah, they got just a little spattering of everything in here, don't they? Physics stuff, all that. Or was it class DB is interesting? Can instance. Check to see if a class exists. By string. It's like reflection. I guess you could do that where you have some GD class doing stuff like that. Well, that's how Python works? Oh, wow. I didn't know that. That's neat. Big table of classes with identity strings. Hmm. I knew that they used, was it tag typing? Right, back to where we were. Ref of main loop. Do I have to assume safe on that? Probably. Yes, yes I do. There we go. All right, there's TR. Let's go back to login and reduce a little bit more of this. I do wish that these were more const-like, where they could be validated. You've run into issues porting your GD script code to GD native. Okay, because the core type basis works differently. Really? So the math is completely different in GD native. Hey, Jump, actually, what is different about it? Because I think those are supposed to work one-to-one. Amusing. I don't like the way that looks. Yeah, oh, this is in the C++ one? Oh, oops, wrong browser. Oh. Oh, that is different. All right, so to be fair, I was actually, yeah, that is weird. I don't know why that would be. Wait. I see. So it's really how they're representing it, right? In this case, it's like tuples of tuples, and in the other case, it's a list, or rather, it's the way that it prints is different. Yeah. Okay. So hopefully that's not actually. I mean, oh, I see. Wait, this is 258 for Y, and this is 45. Oh, I see. Yeah, you're getting the slice of the matrix different, aren't you? So in this case, hold on, let me reason through this. Godot print basis vector 3, vector 3, vector 3. What is it? Okay, basis vector. Okay, got that. And that prints it out differently. Yeah, when you call for y, oh, I see. That does look like a bug. No, I think what's the error here is basically he's expecting the y of these three vectors, but is actually getting basically 4, 5, and 6. He's basically here they've declared the y's are different. So yeah, they're building up the vectors differently. Because this is the y vector, and in this case, here you have x, y, z. So just as a little aside on that, when you first said, "Hey, the basis stuff isn't working," I was like, "Uh-oh." Because if we go and look, I don't know if you remember. Go to File. If we look at basis here, we blame this. My name's all over it. So I was actually really worried. So I had to go through and do a bunch of unit testing on this too. Ended up having a bunch of tests down here where I had Godot code and I tried to mimic it in Rust code. So I ended up doing something very, very similar. It's stored internally different. I see. I got it. Okay. Oh, nice. Look at that. What I think would be neat, Museum, is to be able to take one of the strings files and create these for it. Right? I don't think can macros do that? Could we actually just pull that in and make it available? Seems like the whole conversion thing isn't working in C++. Hmm. Not MBE. Let's see. That's pretty cool though. And Stringify I'm not familiar with. Right. Oh, it turns it into a static str. Got it. So I'm gonna toss that in lib. Just for a moment. Now this isn't going to be entirely error code, so let's change that. Let's see. Localize I18N. I don't like that either. What would we call those? Yeah, user strings, internal strings, strings. Hmm. All right, let's start from this side. Error codes. It's going to be every one of those. I want it to be short too. Translations. Abstract TR, impl TR. Yeah, that's a good way to do that. Oh, that's a brilliant idea, I'm using. Let's just call it translate for now. Missing lifetime specifier. Yeah, and then just load it up. Impl TR. We toss TR in there. Actually, we can make these Maposa. Oh, good morning. Where is it? The static is needed anymore. Bird from the const. And so why in this case is it having this error then? Is that macro name taken? It shouldn't be. It's just missing a lifetime specifier. I mean, no? Do I need to update my Rust? I like that pattern though. That's neat. Impl TR. I have two. If this is an enum, we could impl toString on it or display. All right, now if we wanted to change, and let's say that we did have tr, and we wanted to set the error text here. If we did tr : error login, like so, which would be brilliant. That would just be great. Oh, that would be so nice. The way we implemented vector2 in the bindings is to copy the implementation from the engine. As the GD native function pointers would be slower in miscompiler optimization. The function should be added. So that's the reason why they copy the functionality. Oh, I see. Because I know that we do the same thing in on the Rust side of things, there are a number of types that are just implemented manually for performance reasons. It's crossing that boundary is not quick. Interesting. I wonder. That's good to know. Thank you for looking into that. Oh, it doesn't infer static and associated const, only in const/static. All right. So in this case, we actually want to do self dot set error. I wonder if we can make it work like that. Because that'd be magic. Yeah, we get it. I know that's not there. I hadn't read these before. Uh, that's funny. So if we do enum on that, now in this case, we have to do the loop in here, don't we? And if we practice looping, dollar blah that. Then we'll have name here. Star. Is it comma and then star? On the outside, right? Then it'll trail with that. Then we can impl it and do some different things here. Oh, you can use that from insert asset, doesn't matter. In the generated code, it'll just be a trailing comma or not, right? Okay, so in this case, if we were going to use it in that way, in that capacity, what is the other error message? Let me toss that in there real quick. Oh, error login, sure. I prefer those on separate lines, Rust formatter. But okay. No comments in the macros. Thank you. All right, sure. Get rid of this. Oh, I see. Foobar baz and it won't format it like an expression. Oh, neat. But then it doesn't format it at all. All right, it's okay. We're going to go through and put a bunch of those in there anyways. If we look at the CSV, basically all these go in there. Oh dear. Yeah, I butchered a whole bunch of stuff when I pasted that, didn't I? That is so weird. Why does it do that? try again. Take this, all of those. Good. Let's give it a little sort. There, now my OCD is satisfied. Oh, I see, no commas in the macro. Could be added, right? Does that work that way? If you want Mac, okay. Now this one, we actually, I'm a star. With an optional comma afterwards, I see. I wanted to see the error message, and it's not showing it. All right, $sign parens with a comma and a question mark. Oh, I see, yeah. That looks good. And Takakari, thank you for the follow. Also, Andreas123, thank you. All right, now in this case, I think we are going to disable this warning. Wait, variant actors button create should have an upper camel case name. All right. The puppy num, fine. Now in this case, what are we going to impl for that? Oh, just throw it on the enum. All right, now in these cases, when we do this, so we could store the value in here. The static could be stored in here. I don't know if I like that though. Is there any other way to do it other than putting basically the static there and then having a toString where it just takes that out of each one of those? Statics have to be associated with a scope. Oh, I see. An enum variant doesn't have scope because they don't exist yet. Oh, of course. Yeah. I see. Yeah, that would just be a type, and you can't. Okay, I get that because it would normally you would have like an int or a string or some other type to find in there, but it's yeah, you can't just toss the static in there. Now in this case, so if we had that, we wanted to go call this function, we could then basically take this style of code up and in there and do this for each one of those. Basically have a match that just returns which string, which static it should be. So we can just call it as foo on it. Oh, that's a great name. That's a great idea too. All right, let's try that. a function as stir. And because it's an enum, we can take ownership of self. It's amazing how quickly that stuff can stamp out code. Just how much code it can actually make there. Because that is, looking at your comment there, it's so concise. Like, just like boom, like right there. That's it. So what are we using? Okay, and name there because we're actually matching on that. This is going to be expanded in the loop. I was calling stringify macro again. I'll return the static. Then we close the as. I feel like I'm missing something. Okay, statics are matched. Yeah, okay, and this is actually closing all the branches because this here is going to loop. Got it. Okay, so that to that. Oh, I forgot a comma star on that. There. Revit, how's it going? Quote is basically going to be extracted out, yeah. Oh, expected one of those. Oh, I put that at the wrong place. Those two elements should be a comma star here because it needs to end the line and repeat for every one of those entries. Okay. I'm seeing it now. Oops. Deleted the wrong thing. Okay. Just looking for projects to contribute to. You doing Rust stuff? What sort of projects are you looking for? All right, and what was it that TR actually took? Import into Godot string. Okay. Or TR. Yeah. Rust or Jazz? You could just have an impl tr, OTR self to go to Godot string. Yeah, this pattern is actually starting to look a little weird because why would, whenever it gets converted into Godot string, translate it? I agree. It needs to look like something else. But that also looks weird with the kind of sandwich of TRs. TR foo TR. Oh, you do have experience with Unreal as well as CPP? Something that's newbie friendly? I have found Well, there's a lot of projects that actually ask for that kind of ask for help, or just have elements that are marked as good first issues. So even in this project, there are little things good first issue. Info from TR for Godot string. From's where it's at. They'll let GDS. Godot string goes into on that. Oh, interesting. Interesting. I don't know how good these would be as a good first issue, but as in terms of using Rust and getting familiar with Rust, there's a bunch of projects out there that use this sort of pattern for a good first issue. This one, filling out the other half of the transform stuff would be good. I did the basis half. So there's lots of examples of what to do there, and especially if you have CPP experience, because you're going to be digging through, that side of things as well. Center has give you a free implement tool whenever you do impl from. I see. Yeah, Rust is sweet. All right. From tr4 it'd be neat if we could cache that, not have to make these calls over and over again. We can use, no, we can't really use once for that, can we? Into Godot string 4tr. Oh, they won't ever change at runtime. Oh, you mean like if somebody chooses a different language? Oh yeah. That could be. That could absolutely happen. I just don't want this to become a hotspot, You have like a little hash map or something. Because I think there's a way in Godot to actually get the current locale. But then we're going to be making that call all the time. All right, we'll just leave it as is. Well, no. This had to switch back, didn't it? Into Godot string 4 2. Oh, self. Self as stir there. Good. And this is all. Let's hide that. There we go. Now we don't have like a conflicting thing where you can just get it as its own string. Wait a minute. I tend to pronounce it Godot. It comes from the waiting for Godot play, which was originally written in French. Godot. God. Yeah, I don't do French well. Godot? Godot. Actually, I've never heard a French person say that. Godot. Could it be Godot? Oh, don't do this. No. Like GIF. That's all right. All right, and if we hide this, then I'm okay with the into always having the right thing. Okay, because there isn't a way to actually get the string out then, which is nice. You call it audit? No. Oh, you guys, you tend to pronounce hard T's. Got it. Godot. Uh, Godot. Adding some missing functions. Oh, nice. Yeah, that'd be cool. You actually never thought about it and just use the French pronunciation. I have trouble like reasoning through the pronunciation on that in French. Is it? Would it be like that, like Godot, or would it be Godot? Do you hit the D in there? You have a. Is it like a soft Godot? Godot. Like je joue avec le Godot. Probably want to make TR copy and clone. Okay. Partially. Oh yeah, and toss a debug on there as well. Why not? I don't know about the equality stuff. We probably don't need that. Oh, just a debug would be fancy. Ooh, use hash map hash set. Why would somebody do that? French would be awesome to learn. uh, yeah, user interface strings. It's oh, what's it want now? Can't compare TR with TR. Partially equal. Oh, all right. There we go. Like shallow or deep clones or bombing rough counts. Yeah. Okay. We have TR. What do I do with TR down here? Oh, this is. I want to just tuck. Can we tuck that in there? No, this is really specific to this, isn't it? Well, it is called TR. Translate. Just bundle it up so it doesn't get lost. Copy is strictly a mem copy. If Rust standard has time complexity somewhere? Uh, for what? I don't know that it's actually listed anywhere. That looks so much better. Okay. Oh, that's awkward. So what is TR's returning a Godot string here? And on the other side, set error. Ah, oh, from into thing. I think I had misunderstood one of your previous comments. From TR for Godot string. Thank you. No method named Aster found for this. Oh, because this is. Depends on the data structure. Okay. There we go. Okay. Where do we leave off? We're up here. We're looking through this. Got the scene hold. Try to connect. If we've got an error, we're going to set the error and return none in this case. Okay. Create the login packet. We get our username and password, possibly returning none if those UI elements don't exist. Call into on that so we get the packet. All right, now in this case, use the message from the server, sure. Share message into, good, and detach. No method named detach found for that in the current scope. Oh, the above link has the time complexities. I want to see that. Wow, nice. Talks about performance. This is going on to my reading list. All right, there you go. Now, what's going on with this? Why does small not want to play with that? Well, that's not it. Close that. Smell. Small. There we go. His output is T. This should work. Why? What's going on here? Async move. Got my paren set up right? Yes. All right, and detach? Oh, it's only for unit. Interesting. Yeah, we can't use any of these because we're not in an async context. So the task that comes back has to be awaited. And is there any other alternative to detaching? Because we're not in an async runtime, so we can't await the response. We can't await the task. Oh, I see. So basically, have another context in there keep the task run. I can't do that. I mean, we're in a callback from Godot. I mean, we could like stuff it in like something, but all right. So in this case, and that feels that is dirty. It just feels really gross. Why can't I spawn and detach it? I was trying to return. I was trying to use the try operator. Silly little reason. Um, so in this case here, basically, if username or password are empty, which I could just let. I don't know. I could do something like this. Um, but basically, if either of those returns a none, that means that the object in the scene graph is gone, and I should just return from here because the async somehow we switched scenes. Make an async function and just call it from there. Yeah, which is not a bad way to go here. Do something like that. And I just have all of this in login. Yeah, I think that would be cleaner for what I want because the try operator in this case just makes it so easy to bail if that thing doesn't exist. I mean, I'd like to use it in these cases, but I want to log an error. All right, let's move this into a function. Just that. Async function login. Option of, I don't know, nothing. That feels gross. Look, no type. Oh, try blocks. When did they go away again? Because they went away and haven't come back. Oh, we need a self on this. Why couldn't we call connect address on this? Let's see, let's just move this whole blob in there. Oh, just log in. Try blocks. Set up a local scope that has try impl try. I see. Generates a type based on your question mark used with last. Oh, that's right. Self. Self, self, self. Can we just clone self? Hmm. That's interesting because what does self mean here? Self is a script attached to a node in the scene graph. And it would be nice to have login, but all of these little selves in here, all this set error, it's not going to work. Well, I think I've actually gone backwards a little bit in this. Pour some water. And that I had been using self in there, probably didn't get it compiled for a long time. Forgot about using self in an async block and moving that with its lifetime. Interesting. My normal reaction would be to remove self, basically do some pre-calculations. Like that would get moved out of the task. Capture the address ahead of time. Then we have these set errors. And that must have been why I was passing the owner address around. All right, I'm going to undo this piece here. No, 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 no. Oh, this is so weird. It's like I've got another type hidden in here. Like one is a script and the other is this other piece. Having this async thing is strange because you don't have control, like these owner nodes being passed in. Um, 'Cause it feels like I've detached from that. There is a way to get that back, and I was using self.owner in order to get that. It's like all of these types here, or these functions here, are actually part of something else. Because I can get ownership of, again, basically I can get the same, I can get self again inside of login if I pass the path to it. And that seems really sketchy. Let's see, what's another way of doing this? So let's see, let's say let path is equal to self dot owner path. Oh, come on. There we go. Come on. Equals self. Wow. I just butchered that pretty well. No, excuse me. All right. We call self the login, but at this point we could get we could get the owner back and do something there. We give that the owner path. Because now node is going to give us what? Just a rough node. Okay. Oh, this is fraught with peril because that stuff just can't cross async boundaries and other things as well. All right, I'm gonna go down this rabbit hole just to see what happens. All right, perfect. Oh, and we can't do async here. Shenanigans. All right. Okay, can't detach there. Fine. Send that to a local self.username. Okay, did I miss a return? Ah, yes. Oh, that's not into. That's unwrap on those. Hmm. And we're back at the lifetime issue. Yes. All right, let's move some of these checks up. Some of these up and out. What else? We got set error on this case here. Yeah, after that it's just the yeah, we hear that occasionally. Okay. Now, how to get past this wrap thing, the set error. I don't want to do what I was doing before. I mean, I don't mind prepping, right? Getting this stuff available. Huh. Yeah, self has to be owned, and can't be because technically it's owned by Godot. Could have an error manager type, an Alchemy text, yeah. Seems like having some little type that you could bundle. Oh, goats are on the move again. They're over here today. It's strange. Coyotes have been around lately. Yeah, so far, uh, the safest way I've seen to get a handle to these types is actually when I'm keeping an eye on the goats, is getting a handle to their path, and then going into the other thread and asking Godot for that type again. Hold on, I gotta yell at the goats. All right, garden crisis averted. Um, so I'm wondering if there's a nice way to be able to do that. Make something that can move between threads. That let's try it real quick. Okay. Um, it'll be something that takes like a tref or something to a specific type. Okay. Not there. let pocket, no, struct. I'm gonna put the UI elements in my pocket. This will be for T, where T element, whatever it is. That's not even near correct. Now in this case, most of the stuff that okay, bull, and then yes, that would be nice. It's a T-ref of basically a Godot object. Hold on, what is the type on that? Just small, yeah, that's small. That's strange. Okay. Are they gonna fix like the lighting on this? Like the index page needs to have a dark mode. Want an enum? ADT? Let it. Oh, that's really nice. All right. Implement new ref. Okay. Oh no, not that page. Okay, I guess we're gonna take a tref. I don't think we care what type it is, as long as it has get path on it. Okay, that's what we should look for. We're gonna need get path. Oh wait, we saw this earlier. fn : what was it? Oh, we can't do it that way, can we? There we go, single colon. Look, I was listening earlier. Oh, is it three? I see. So it needs to be a descendant of node. Because node has this. So where T is sub node. Okay. I don't really know what to put there at the moment. And I don't think I care if it's shared or not. But we do have some other concerns. We want to constrain it by saying that T is subclass of node. What was that example over there? I want to take a quick peek at that. Yeah, in these cases, it's Godot object and subclass node. I don't think we... Aren't all subclasses of node also Godot objects? Oh. Yeah, we might be getting into phantom land here. Let's see. Do I care that it's a T-ref, or just that T is a subclass of that? Now, is there a way to say... Ah, okay. And full pocket. Pub new on that. Ah, we need T's. And a constraint, probably. Well, I think we're going to sidestep that. Essentially, we're going to say element path is equal to this. That's going to be a Godot string. So we're going to get a T. Oh, you know what? Maybe we just need this constraint on the new function. This is horrible, but just bear with me. All right. Oh, this is going to be. Oh, you know what? I think. All right, let's get rid of that. Oh, I'm starting to see it now. I think this can just be node. We can take something by that because of the way the deref works on those elements. What am I missing? That's curly braces, self. Oh. Function now. There we go. So impl foo, yada yada. Oh yes, yes. As ref node. All right, so that'll be a node path, and then we want it to go back into a node. OR types are definitely going to come back, aren't they? Info from pocket. I mean, can you even do that for T? If you constrain T? You can't do that, can you? Ah, drat. If we go with a pocket idea, we could just open the pocket or do inner. And that would be of type T. An option of type T. Because the element could have gone away for whatever reason. In which case, we would need the phantom data with the T type to know exactly what was being passed in. Do I need it on the struct? I don't, because we're basically going to just get the path of it in the scene graph and move the pocket just with the path. We just want to keep the path, so which is essentially just a string. And then on the other side, we ask the scene graph for a reference to that element again in this other thread. I don't know. Consuming pockets, though, that doesn't sound right. I mean, you could open a pocket. Empty. You empty a pocket. I don't know. It's all just kind of silly at the moment, but let's see. Cannot find phantom data. Use standard. Consume, convert. Oh, I see. Moving the inner data out. Well, I'd like it to kind of look that way, but you're right. It's kind of like a capture release. It's like a, I don't know. Hmm. Oh, Russ can work with Godot. Talk to. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. There is a project, Talk to, called GD Native. And using GD Native, you can use that Rust with Godot. Now, it's good to know that instead of using the 0.8.1, you can actually use the latest version, which is 0.9.0 preview. It's getting ready for release, hopefully in the not too distant future. And we're actually using the preview version at the moment. Downcast ref is how the standard calls this operation. Oh, I see. Convert cell to another type. This is almost like a serialize, or it's like a like we're getting this really nasty pointer um, that might go away, and its type might change. Because if the path ends up being something like foo bar baz, right, and it changes scenes, but in the first scene that's a, let's say that's a label, and the next scene that's a button. Um, we probably want this to blow up, or at least return a none when that happens. So really, we're trying to just keep a reference to it by knowing where it is in the scene graph, and then later releasing it. We just ask the scene graph for it again. Capture and release. It's a cage. We'll call it a cage. A trap? Oh, a trap means something else. Casting the pocket to another type. Okay. So in this case, we have T. We capture T there. T might be something. I think it should actually be T here, so we know what type it is when it's coming in. T in this case has to be there, where T, subclass of node, right? Because node has get path, and then we should be able to say get path on that and store the missing structure marker. Oh yes. Fucking rabbit ears. uh, uh, let's see. Is there a new? We just phantom data that. That's right. Because it infers it. Now this isn't on that. So if T is a subclass of node, let node equal let's see, upcast. But we're missing one of the traits. It needs to be a Godot object, doesn't it? Where T is a Godot object and self is a subclass of T. No. Okay, that's fine. Because it knows that the type we want there is that. All right, so there we have that. Now for releasing it, we have to ask the scene graph for it again. So in this case, I'm gonna call crate node. In this case, self.path. Let's rename path to something else. There, node path. All right, and that should be a same type that we get back here. Oh, but we need to cast that. That's right. That's right. That's right. It's probably going to be a ref t. Let's see. Node will be equal to that. Oh, there's a possibility that we can just try on that. That way we just get the actual type there. I think we want to try cast on that. Try cast in this case takes whatever it is and tries to convert it to a ref with access. Oh, nobody just means you use the name. I see. Impulse default. Got it. Okay. That's good to know. I was wondering about that. I just didn't say anything. All right, this is unsafe. We get that. We have to assume safe here. I don't know why. I'm just fighting multiple unsafe blocks. Struct foo can be constructed as foo or foo. I see. Because more fields could be added in the future. Got it. It's marked as non-exhaustive. So it should error out in a little bit then. All right, where is TriCast? TriCast. It's off of ref. Don't we have tref? Because node returns a ref of node. So why did we have to do assume safe? Ref of node. All right, are we in one of those? Yes, we are. Where access is thread access. Oh, phantom data will work. Okay. Try cast. Found for struct. Ref. Node. And that's shared by default. Manually managed. Right, because it is manually managed. It exists, but the following bounds were not satisfied. Safe as raw. Oh, I see, but the curly braces can be deleted if it's empty as well. Curly braces for empty blocks was added way after the fact. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's cool. Now, so what do we have? Here we have manually managed type. Um, it is shared. There's safety alias. Can be sent between threads. Shared references to manually managed types like ref node shared act like. Wait, this says they can be sent between threads. What am I doing wrong? Because I'm getting T refs, aren't I? I'm not having refs. Oh, I see. So in my case, T ref, I end up with a T ref, then I need to convert to a ref instead. So if we just call claim on that, oh, with the same thread access or non-unique access. And what are we normally getting back? So if we go to lib, in this case, we're getting a ref node back. However, when we call assume safe get node, what does that actually return? Hold on, let's go back to login. Let's reconsider this from the beginning. We have a tref here. We want it to go into the other thread. Oh, but it's not send, is it? This ref tref type is pretty neat. Yeah, it is. I'm still trying to wrap my head around it because there's so many facets to it. I gotta get my little tref ref decoder ring out. It's send if shared access. I see. So in this case, if we claim that, so if we claim that, then we should be able to toss that over the wall, right? Unique isn't send. Right, and this one here is shared, so that should work. And ref is RC. I see, but it's not send. I'm sorry, not send, sync. It's not sync. Which is fine because shared turns it into an arc conceptually. Right now, in this case here, if we were to try to do some of this. Yeah, I get the self thing. Okay, I'm going to comment out the self bits for now. Just going to return some of these. For consistency. Now let's say we did want all of this in there. Address, username, and password we could pull out of there if we did owner.map. Like so. Ref for the fourth one. Tier of unique equals mutable. I'm going to copy that into here for a moment. All right. So in this case, ref is equal to this, t ref shared and t. So unique is exclusive borrow. T ref shared. Ah. It's funny, but actually seeing this little lookup table makes, like, I start to understand this so much better. Things that had been eluding me were this piece here. Yeah, basically the unique pieces. Think of it as a unique pointer. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. I gotta copy that. My little note taker thing here is not happy. Apparently didn't like all the tabbing and whatnot in there. All right, almost done. There we go. And ref is sync for shared. I see. So it's, I'm gonna copy that out again. Ooh, what I do? Basically like so. Oh my goodness. Is my key stuck again? Oh, that should be plus sync here. Kind of like that. The sync on the wrong side. Unique isn't sync. And tref is thread local, so it's not sync. Got it. Oh, I have that backwards. Wrong one. It's not sync, but it is send. Yeah, tref is basically a little borrow. All right, and this one is sync plus send. Okay. All right, now I have to turn that into a bulleted list again. There we go, done, 1-1. Okay, so in this case we claim it. I'm just trying to play around and see if we can toss as much as we can in here. Yeah, thread local, not send, not sync. Which makes sense, right? It's local to the thread. Oh, needed one more. There we go. Oh, no map on that? Let's see. Now that we've moved across, can we assume safe on that? Oh, I see. You can't do that on tref. I thought there was a map. Is it not on that type? It's on ref, not tref. Let's see. Ref. So NativeScript map has that. Map has it. I didn't see it on Ref. I don't see a trait on there that would do it. So what changed? Why? Here we have owner. Owner claim gives us a ref t access. It's only available for non-unique access. Okay. And it's shared. Should be shared, which is fine. With the same thread access. What does that mean here? Persist this reference into a persistent ref with the same thread access. Is that because ref has a little bit extra on there? Okay, so that's all they're saying there, is that it actually stays the same. Okay. Oh, look at this. That should be script, not owner. And it doesn't need to be mutable. However, that should exist. What? All right, owner map. Sure. 34 has this here. I wonder if that's causing issues with it. Oh, interesting. And that's for the user data types. Oh, I see. Okay, not that one. But I can't just call script.set or owner set error. Because set error is actually on the script object. Or does it automatically do that for us if no. Didn't think it would. Oh. Not gonna okay. Alright, I'm gonna have to look a bit longer at this. Yeah, I think we have to assume safe to mutate it. You should rely on T for being a user data type, which is what it's supposed to be. T is supposed to be the script, which is our Rust code, right? Because in Godot's UI, you do that. Just for giggles. Careful, let me mutate it. Okay. Hmm. Okay, do log. Yeah, so do login is control, yes. And you can get the script off of these types, I thought, by calling map, which would give us that. But as you pointed out earlier, map is only implemented for, well, this should be local cell data, shouldn't it? Or was it local user data? I see. Do I actually need to set a type on that? Oh, let's comment this out for a moment. Just for giggles. All right, and still not there. Oh, I don't want to stop, but I have to. Then I think that this so if we do assume safe on that, Yeah, I'd imagine local cell data is copyable. I just went with something that had worked in the past. If we look at user data in here, there's some modules. Here we go. Oh, that's right. There's a bug outstanding for that. It's in native script. And here they talk about the different types. Your native class is not send, and you only ever use it from a thread where it's originally created. Hmm. Oh, hold on. Performs a downcast to a native class instance, keeping the reference count. Uh, yeah, I think I forgot a step. We need to cast instance on it, which is really a try cast instance. Okay, what's try cast instance do? Okay. Error if it fails. Cool. All right, and what is instance actually? Oh, I'll go back to instance. Can be worked on directly by map and map mutable. The base object is reference counted. Otherwise, use assume safe to retain a temporary ref instance. Okay, we are not ref counted. Into base, into script. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Okay. There is a way forward. We are 40 minutes overdue, so I got to run. But at least we found the way forward. Um, let's pick up on this tomorrow. I really appreciate you all sticking around and hanging out today. So I'm gonna run. Let's just give a raid. And thank you for explaining a little bit more about that stuff, Museum. It's, that little lookup table is going to be magic to me. It's that is the little decoder ring, and it makes so much more sense. I want to create like a flow chart for this. If you have this and want to get there, right? This is the sort of squiggly line you have to follow. Like, oh, are you going through spawning a Taskville? Oh, you want to take this route. There's just so much information packed into those types. It's taking me a while to get my head around it. All right. GD Native extras, yes. GD Native EXT. All right, I gotta run. See y'all. Bye bye.